What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again with a season preview and game by game prediction for the Texas A&M Aggies. We ain't gonna waste no time. We gonna get right into it. Texas A&M, they got him a new head coach, Mike Elko from Duke. Mike Elko turned Duke's program around before he took over in 2022. Duke was 3-9. In his very first year, which was 2022, Mike Elko took Duke to a 9-4 record. 2023, 7-5. So yes, he turned that Duke program around. Mike Elko got a 16-9 overall record. So we'll have to see how far he can take Texas A&M in 2024. Talking about Texas A&M in the offense, they returned Connor Wigman, that quarterback. Connor Wigman went down with a season-ending injury last season. He only played in like 5 games, but in those 5 games, he threw for almost 1,000 yards, completing about almost 80% of his passes. Okay, but they also returning 2 running backs, Le'Veon Moss and Amar Daniels. They're gonna have to step it up. Le'Veon Moss only had 484 yards and 5 touchdowns last season, and Amar Daniels only had 532 yards and 6 touchdowns. But now's the chance to lead the running back room. So hopefully they can take the reins and run with it. All right, as far as the offensive line, offensive line wasn't that good last season. I mean, when Connor Wigman was in, he was running for his life a lot. And then Max Johnson, his backup, he most definitely was running for his life. Plus, he wasn't the one. I believe the backup was Max Johnson. But anyway, they're going to be replacing some pieces on the offensive line, but they're both of their starting left tackles is returning. As far as the wide receiver core, they lost both starting wide receivers, Evan Neal and Anaya Smith. Evan Stewart. They lost him and Anaya Smith. But Evan Stewart, he was the best guy on the team to me. The guy is fast. He transferred over to Oregon, so he'll be with Dylan Gabriel. So they're going to be a hell of a damn duo right there. But anyway, also Anaya Smith, he got drafted. So, yeah, they lost both starting wide receivers. But they got Moose Muhammad coming back. And Moose Muhammad and Noah Thomas, they're going to have to step up. Moose Muhammad, only 27 receptions last year for 345 yards. And Noah Thomas only had 29 catches for 259 yards. So those guys, they're gonna have to lead the way for this receiving core for Texas A&M. But I think Texas A&M, the offense is gonna be all right this season. You know, it all hinges on that offensive line, and there's some new faces on the offensive line. But anyway, as far as the defense lost some pieces. They lost defensive tackle A.L.T. Overton. He transferred to my Alabama Crimson Tide, just like offensive lineman N'Keal Beltran. So, hey, we got both of those guys. They also lost cornerback. They picked up a cornerback, Dez Ricks, from my Alabama Crimson Tide. So, yeah, they was working in the transfer portal, Mike Elko and those guys. But anyway, I'm going to tell you about this defense, man. This defense the front 7 was hell last season, but their secondary was terrible. The front 7 led the nation in sacks last year with 42. They finished 3rd in tackles for loss with 96. They were 7th in total defense. So they was damn good. They was only allowing like 285 yards per game, or giving up like 285 yards a game. So that defense was hell last year. The front 7 was, but that secondary, like I said, was trash. As a matter of fact, when Alabama played Texas A&M last season, I think they only had like 29 yards rushing. But Jalen Milroe had his best passing game against Texas A&M last year, 321 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jalen Milroe and Jermaine Burton was killing Texas A&M secondary. So, yeah, they need to get better in the secondary. And hopefully they do. Now, they bringing back some pieces, too, on this Defense, they bringing back the defensive lineman Shamar Turner. He had 6 sacks last season, so 2 forced fumbles. So he'll be back. Tareen York, he'll be back. He had eight and a half tackles for loss, total of 74 tackles. You know what I'm saying? 3 sacks. So he'll be coming back. And then they picked up a transfer edge rusher from Purdue, Nick Scorton, whatever his damn last name. He led the Big Ten in sacks last season with 10. So this front 7 should be pretty good, just like it was last season. But that damn secondary, they got to get a whole lot better. So hey, we'll see what Texas A&M go on the Mike Elko. I think they'll be pretty good. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this schedule and talk about some of these games. They got Notre Dame August 31st at Kyle Field. Notre Dame last year, they was top 10 in scoring, averaging 39 points a game. But that was against the bad teams. Against the good teams they was playing, they only averaged 19 points a game. And in those games, they lost every one of them, which was against Clemson, Ohio State, and Louisville. And you know Louisville went on to play for the ACC championship. But anyway, they wasn't good. Notre Dame wasn't good against the good teams. Okay. But this season, Notre Dame got him a new quarterback, Riley Leonard from Duke. Okay. Riley Leonard looked pretty damn good last season until he got hurt. So, hey, man, Riley Leonard, I think he got hurt and he set out for like 3 games, but he wound up throwing for almost 3,000 yards, man. 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. And he rushed for basically 700 yards and 13 touchdowns. That is crazy. That's crazy. But oh well, it is what it is, man. They got him a good quarterback, Notre Dame. So hey, it is what it is. We'll see how far Riley Leonard can lead this Notre Dame offense. Notre Dame, they got him a new offensive coordinator. Also, they got Mike Denbrock from LSU. You know what he did at LSU last year. Only had the highest scoring offense in the nation, but I think that had to do with Jayden Daniels and his running ability. That's just my opinion. Jayden Daniels was a great quarterback for LSU under this guy's tutelage, but I'm giving most of that credit to Jayden Daniels. That's just me. But anyway, as far as the defense, man, I think the defense this year, like last year, will be the strength of the team. Okay, they return they 2 best defensive linemen, Howard Cross and Riley Mills. They do got 2 unproven linebackers, so we'll see how that go. And then they return cornerback Benjamin Morrison. All right, at safety, they got a unanimous All-American from last season, Xavier Watts returning. I think this defense going to be pretty good. But you know, I got Texas A&M beating Notre Dame in Kyle Field. I think it's the first game Kyle Field is going to be rocking. And I think Mike Elko, first game coaching at Texas A&M, he going to get a big time win over Notre Dame. I really don't have too much faith in Marcus Freeman. That's just me. Okay. And right out the gate, Notre Dame, Texas A&M is starting out with a big one. All right. McNeese State, they going to win that. Texas A&M, no use in talking about that. Okay. Florida, they going to the Swamp. All right. You know, the Swamp is a rowdy place, just like College Station. But I think College Station is more intimidating than the Swamp these days. Anyway, Florida, ain't too much to say about them. They've been down in the dumps for quite a few years now, ever since 2020. They've been hot ass garbage. All right, I know they got Billy Napier. He going through his stuff. He trying to keep his job. I don't feel Billy Napier is going to make it through the season. I really don't. Florida is just that damn terrible. As of right now, as we speak, I think Texas A&M got better athletes than Florida. That's just me. I think Florida's two best defensive linemen, they transferred. So, hey, or defensive players, they transferred. Florida is terrible, and Florida is going to lose this game. Texas A&M is going to go into the swamp and beat Florida, in my opinion. Ain't too much to talk about there. Like I said, I ain't going to waste too much time on this. September 21st, Bowling Green, they will beat Bowling Green. September 28th, Arkansas, neutral site, Arlington, Texas. I don't know why Arkansas continue to believe in Sam Pittman. Sam Pittman has been at Arkansas, I believe, four years now. Going in, I think, 4 seasons or whatever. He's got a combined record of 25 and 23. That's not good. Then KJ Jefferson done left you. You don't have your running back from last season. He done left you. I mean, this Arkansas is a terrible team. They are a terrible coach team. That's just my opinion. You can say what you will, but Arkansas will not beat Texas A&M. Texas A&M will beat Arkansas and start out 4-0. October the 5th, Missouri. Now this is a different story. Even though I say, hey, Missouri, they even though I say Missouri, they was a one-hit wonder last season. You know what I'm saying? I think they was a one-off with that 11-2 season they had last season. They went 11-1 in the regular season. I don't know what they went, 12-1, whatever. They had a good damn season last season. I know that. But it ain't last season no more. It ain't 2023. It's 2024. I think Missouri gonna fall off. Okay, that's just me. All right. Will they fall off far enough for Texas A&M to beat them? We'll get to that. But anyway, Missouri, they bringing back Brady Cook. So, hey, that's a good thing. They still got Luther Burton on the offensive side of the ball at wide receiver. Where he's been named the best wide receiver in the nation. That's just me. But anyway, I mean, that's what they saying. Not just me, but that remains to be seen for 2024. And also, what else? Missouri, they got 2 transfer running backs, okay? And those 2 guys are going to be the starter. They got Marcus Carroll. Marcus Carroll came from Georgia State. All right, this guy ran for over 1,300 yards last season and 13 touchdowns. Okay, they brought in him, and they brought in Nate Noel from Appalachian State, who ran for a little over 800 yards last season and 5 touchdowns. I think that'll be the 2 starting 1 and 2 running backs for Missouri. Okay, Missouri's defense. I think Missouri's defense, as far as the SEC next season, will probably be middle of the road. That's just me. Okay, that's just me. But with Luther Burton and bringing back Brady Cook, I think Missouri win this game, beat Texas A&M, and that'll be Texas A&M first loss. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, first loss. Then October the 12th, they got a bye. October the 19th, Mississippi State. No reason to talk about Mississippi State. They ain't winning this game. I doubt if Mississippi State win over 3 games next season. That's just me. That's why I ain't talking about them at all. But anyway, Texas A&M beats Mississippi State. LSU. Getting to LSU, like I said. Notre Dame got Texas A&M offensive coordinator from last season. I don't know who LSU brought. I mean, Notre Dame got LSU's offensive coordinator from last season. I don't know who LSU brought in, and I really don't give a damn. But anyway, LSU, they lost all the best players on offense. All of them. Jaden Daniels, quarterback. Logan Diggs, running back. Malik Neighbors, wide receiver. Brian Thomas Jr., wide receiver. Then you lost, well, you do got old boy on the defensive side of the ball, but I think your offense is taking a big step back. I know you still got what's his name? Nussmeier, whatever the hell his name at quarterback now, who was the backup for Jaden Daniels. Okay. So he ain't Jaden Daniels, I can tell you that. And ain't damn one of them wide receivers you got in 2024 for LSU or Malik Neighbors or Brian Thomas Jr. Neither one of them. I don't believe in this LSU offense this season. And the defense was atrocious last season. And I guarantee you there ain't going to be no complete turnaround from last season either. That's just me. So, yes, I got Texas A&M beating LSU. Yes, I do. That's just me. Let me see. Yeah, LSU got to go into Kyle Field. So yeah, I got Texas A&M beating LSU. Hey, it is what it is. All right, South Carolina. They got to go to South Carolina. They got to go in the cockpit. South Carolina ain't nobody. They ain't been nobody for a long damn time. Beamer, he fighting for his coaching life too. Shit, this game is November the 2nd. Will Beamer make it through freaking October? Don't know. South Carolina, they just not up to par in the SEC. And more often than not, they are that way. Not up to par. They have a good year every now and then. They have a game that they don't supposed to win every now and then. All right. So I don't think South Carolina will be good this year at all. And Texas A&M will go in the cockpit and beat South Carolina. November 9th, Texas A&M got a bye. All right. November 16th, they play New Mexico State. That's a win. No need to talk about it. November 23rd, they go to Jordan-Hare. And one thing about Jordan-Hare, it is a strange place and it's a hard place to play, especially for my Alabama Crimson Tide. Now, Auburn, they get up for good teams. Will they get up for Texas A&M? I don't know. Okay, but Auburn, they need to get them a quarterback, man. If this defensive line for Texas A&M or front seven for Texas A&M was anything like last season, Auburn might have a hard time. Okay, that's just me. This Texas A&M defense, like I said, they lost some pieces. Best player they had in the front seven, they lost him. They lost Fadele Diggs too. So yeah, we're going to see how that worked. Fadele Diggs and Walter Nolan. Lost Walter Nolan. He at Ole Miss now, and he was the best player on defense. All right. And they lost Fadele Diggs off that front seven too. So, but if this Texas A&M front seven is anything like they was last year, Auburn will have a hard time because that quarterback is terrible. He's not a good thrower of the ball. Now, he can run all day. Auburn, they like to spread that defense out, and they can run. So I think they ran to the tune of 200-something yards on Alabama last year. 200-something yards on Georgia last year, or close to 200. So they got some plays that can work for this quarterback. He's just not a good passer. Maybe he done improved throughout the offseason. That remains to be seen. But going into Jordan-Hare, man, that's just a hard place to play. And I know you got Luther Burden, and I know you got old Cook coming back, and I know about your front seven from last season. And I know this quarterback can't throw, and your secondary is terrible. That might work in your favor, Texas A&M, but it's in Jordan-Hare. So I'm gonna go on a limb and pick Auburn to win this game. Texas A&M loses to Auburn. All right, November 30th, last game of the season. Texas. Texas. Steve Sarkisian. Texas comes to College Station. This game going to be all the way live. You know, I love myself some Iron Bowl, but this game, this might be the best game of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Texas and Texas A&M, a big rival that ain't been played in a long damn time. All right. Texas, they lost Xavier Worthy. Matter of fact, Texas, they got three transfer wide receiver, mainly Isaiah Bond. You know, I think he'll be wide receiver one. I don't know who they got coming behind him and all this. So, hey, it is what it is. But they got Isaiah Bond. They got Matthew Golden and Silas Bolden. All three transfer wide receivers. So, we'll see. We'll see how that work out. Now, they got Quinn Ewers coming back at the quarterback position. Plus, he got a damn good backup in Arch Manning if something was to happen. Now, I'm calling Arch Manning damn good by what I seen in their spring game. Will that translate over to a real actual game? Don't know. But they look pretty good in the spring game. But Arch Manning is back. One of the best returning quarterbacks in football. Then you returning C.J. Baxter and Jaden Blue at the running back position. So we'll see. We will see. But defensively, I think Texas is going to have the better overall defense. That's me. Overall defense. When it comes to Texas A&M, their front seven is great, but the back end is terrible. Going back to last year, in Texas, their defense was better overall defense, and I think it'll be that way in 2024 in this game. And even though it's in Kyle Field, I'm picking Texas to win this game. So yeah, so I got Texas A&M going 9-3 this season. Okay, and Mike Elko's first year, 9-3 regular season. Okay, now that's great. 9-3 might get them in the playoffs. Just never know. I think it will. So yes, I got Texas A&M under Mike Elko, 9-3. Just my opinion. But y'all remember. Oh, well, just let me know what you think in the comment section. Will they do better or will they do worse than 9-3? Like they say, over and under. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section about Texas A&M and how you think they'll finish or how you think their season will be. And I will communicate with you via the comment section. Now, y'all remember, be blessed, and I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, and roll damn Tide.